Hi everyone, it's Brande here at Scrap Story and one of the design team members. I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough of my 2018 December daily. This is the first time I've ever done December daily. I know it's been around for, a decade now. But I've always felt like I was either too busy or I kind of already had the Christmas spirit or didn't have, wasn't really into it. I will admit I don't really like overly Christmassy paper and stuff. I'm not drawn to a lot of the Christmas collections. But this year I knew I would not be around my family at Christmas. I have a lot of little people in my family that bring me joy. And it just didn't work out this year. And I thought that I might be a little bit of a bah humbug. And so I thought this is the year to get involved in December daily as a reminder of the Christmas spirit and to encourage me to do events, regardless of the fact of not having my wee nephews and little siblings around me. So it worked. The experiment worked. If in doubt and you think your Christmas might be a bit dry, do a December daily, and there's always a bit of excitement or at least a good reason to get in your craft room and play a little, which always brings me joy. So I did a Simple Stories 6x8 album. This is just their Christmas album this year. Threw a little 2017 in here and some thickers, which barely fit. I've never worked in a 6x8 album before, so that was also another first for me. But I really liked it. I also don't work in pockets, so that was another thing for me that I wasn't used to. So this was a big stretch year for me in December. But I think it really worked. The pockets and the size for the idea of getting in my craft room every day, or at least every couple of days. So I'll just give you a walkthrough. I did buy just a full collection of the possible 6x8 page protectors, that kind of all the assortments, the 4 photos, the 2 4x6s, the full sheet. And I didn't have any preconceived notions as to which I would use or what I wanted it to look like. I just went through the pile and picked one every time, depending on the orientation of my pictures. And the kit I used was actually a pink paisley kit, that I got. It would probably be 3 years ago now from when I was part of the kit club with Scrap Shots. And it's been sitting there. It's kind of quite glittery and not my style necessarily, but a style now that I've used it, I can't believe it wasn't my style. I really, really love it. The muted colors with a bit of sparkle was just, it was fabulous and so easy to work with. So kind of regret not using it sooner, but also that I had it saved for this. So I'll just do a quick walkthrough for you. Same concept of kind of what everyone else is doing with the pocket pages. Some of these Simple Stories pages were already in the album when I bought it, so I just added a little bit of the collection to them to kind of bring it into the same mode, and I was really keen on kind of tracing things to kind of look a little bit stitched. In kind of Ali Edwards style, I did write a letter to Christmas about my intention for this book, and that was actually really quite nice because it kind of set me forward as to what I was looking to do. So again, just didn't really care about the orientation, even if things were kind of facing the wrong way, or if they weren't. Did a little step-by-step of my Christmas tree and my view as I sit on the couch. I also documented that I was doing the December daily because that was a big thing for this year. Documented all of my favorite Christmas carols, so that was quite fun. Documented how I made my office look to bring it into Christmas. My new tree skirt. This piece of paper was in the album already, and it's focused on Christmas, and you're supposed to do a countdown of 25 days, and I just reverted it to like my favorite 25 memories of me or my husband's about Christmas. So that was really fun to go through and kind of get my husband involved in, so that was fun. And yeah, some of the days were super picture heavy. We went to a lot of light events, and some of them were not, so it was quite interesting to have to journal to compensate for the lack of pictures. You know, Andrea at Retro Hip Mama showed some of her walkthrough of her December daily, and she was putting almost like a junk journal approach of putting in like the empty sticker sheet and other stuff, and I instantly loved it, had to comment, and it couldn't get out of my mind. So this is actually a cover of a tin from Cookies that I just hole punched and put in here, and then I also spattered throughout Christmas cards that I got, so that kind of bringing joy. And there were some days I didn't do anything Christmassy, and so I actually took pictures of some of my favorite or kind of memory-filled ornaments and wrote kind of who I got them from and what they mean to me. So that was really neat too, because I've never actually documented that. Yeah, so just flipping through, kind of using all the collection here, Christmas lights, and again this piece was in the kit, so I just kind of spattered those throughout. More ornament stuff there. Sometimes I put the embellishments directly in the pocket, and sometimes I put them on top. I knew I'd never take this apart, or if I did, you know, so what if I lose one page? So some things I did put on top because it really just kind of seemed to make a difference. And these are mostly on top. And then some of these pieces that were again in the kit, I just embellished so that they matched. Took lots of pictures of the crafting I did for Christmas through here. Described here each of the gifts that we bought for people so that we would remember. I ordered a lot of paper issues stuff from the store there over December, so that had to go in there. Yeah, and then I use this pocket to actually keep my receipts. I keep the receipts every Christmas for the post and the presents just in case they need to be returned. So I just threw them in here. I had a bit of an interesting experience on the 19th. I had appendicitis and had to go into the hospital for surgery. So that kind of digressed the Christmas feeling of it, but it's kind of fun to include that in here. So I did a little timeline on the appendicitis to the surgery in here, and put various things in there. So that was kind of fun, although not Christmassy, but it happened in December. Again, another tin from coffee, another Christmas card that we got, some other more kind of surgery stuff, the flowers from my surgery, my binge watching of Grey's Anatomy that I didn't watch the first time around when it started, and well, now I'm nearly caught up after recovering from surgery. And then just some things that we were doing. We had a very quiet few days at Christmas because I couldn't really do so much. And it was actually really quite relaxing. So, and again, just more Christmas cards in here. Our Peaky Blinders and Sushi Christmas dinner on Netflix, and as well pictures of kind of texts that we sent each other about our Christmas presents. And then at the end here, just did a little kind of summary calendar of all the things that kind of took place. And then I also just punched all the Christmas cards that we got. So I use these as ornaments in my Christmas tree until the end of December when I take it down. And I've usually not had a place for these. So this just seemed like a really awesome place to keep these. And if anything, this was a good reason to keep going on the December daily in order to kind of have everything in one spot. So very cool. So that's my December daily. 100%. I will do it again next year. It was a lot of fun. Lessons learned. I'm glad I had a kit to work from. I wasn't having to look through my supply every time. I just had everything in one big 12 by 12 Ziploc. And I will do the pockets. I found them really quite fun to play with. Like there was almost kind of no rules. And I do like the 6 by 8 size. So I think I will keep going, and probably with the Simple Stories binder as well to kind of keep that consistency on the shelf. I also stored it under the Christmas tree, just upright. As kind of an added decoration. We don't have a lot of presents under our tree. And so with this cover, it looked really cool under there, and a couple of times people who came over opened it up, and that was quite neat. Us scrappers always don't mind a little bit of praise about what we're working on. So if you have never done December daily before, honestly, give it a go. I had a lot of fun. So thanks very much for watching, and Happy New Year. Thanks. Bye.